Bayern Munich have had enough. After losing to PSG in the UEFA Champions League this past Wednesday, the board confirmed the news that Carlo Ancelotti will no longer be the club's manager. It is something they should have done a long time ago. There is no doubt that Bayern Munich have one of the deepest, most talented squads in European football. But the results simply were not good enough in the beginning of the 201,718 season. Die Roten lost 30 against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League on Wednesday night, making it virtually impossible that they would get the top spot in the group. But their problems were bigger than the European performances. Bayern had not looked dominant in the Bundesliga this season, either. The team had cruised their way at domestic level in recent years, but this time they only sit in third place. They are just 3 points behind the league leaders Borussia Dortmund, but that was not the scenario most fans dreamed about. Carlo Ancelotti has left Bayern after less than 15 months in charge. One could point to the lack of quality signings as the reason why Bayern Munich looked a few steps below PSG. But the reality is far simpler. Bayern have not been playing well of late. That problem lies entirely with the coaching staff, which was led by Carlo Ancelotti. The club's board decided enough is enough after the drubbing defeat against PSG. And as of Thursday, Ancelotti is no longer the manager of Germany's most prestigious side. What happened to Bayern Munich? One could say it was a rushed decision since there is a lot of games left this season. However, this was a move the management needed to make, either now, or in the foreseeable future. Ancelotti was not making the most of the players on the roster. Some were even quite open to criticize him. Thomas Müller said he did not know what the manager wanted out of him, while Robert Lewandowski blasted the club for its lack of ambition in the transfer market. While some former Bayern players also made their displeasure known. Those three things can be tied directly to Ancelotti, who seemed to settle with the current team. Perhaps Ancelotti thought the current squad was good enough to make a deep run on both Bundesliga and Champions League. Or maybe he did not know which areas to improve the club. After all, the German Giants are one of the biggest teams in the world and have a deep, stacked roster from top to bottom. But it was clear something was not working out. Bayern decided to make the move before it was too late. Life after Carlo Ancelotti. There is no word yet on who will replace the Italian coach. Former Bayern defender, Willy Sagnol will take over on an interim role, though. We do not know what changes this might cause to Bayern in the short-term future, either. There could be tactical changes, new names into the starting 11, and bigger roles for players who did not have them in the past, Müller and James Rodriguez, for instance. New Bayern Munich interim boss, Willy Sagnol enjoys a beer with his predecessor. The one thing that has been confirmed is that Ancelotti is no longer Bayern's manager. And that's a good thing for the club, the fans, and everyone who loves football. Despite the titles and the numbers, Carlo Ancelotti never really fit in with Bayern. It's now time someone else takes the club to new heights, both at domestic and European level.